Hi, this is Sridhar Uppal, health and wellness expert. Today I talk on diabetes where often we blame sugar. Actually, diabetes is not really a sugar disease. The science nobody explains. For decades we have heard the same message: eating too much sugar causes diabetes. It sounds simple, but nobody is far more fascinating than that. Sugar is not the truly villain. The real story begins with a tiny hormone called insulin. Your body is an energy management system. Every cell in your body needs energy. That energy mainly comes from glucose. Whenever you eat foods containing carbohydrates, even healthy foods like rice, potatoes, fruits, oats or bread, they are eventually broken down into glucose. Glucose enters into your bloodstream. Now your body has a challenge. Too much glucose floating in your blood is dangerous. So your brain knows this. So your pancreas releases insulin. What does insulin actually do? Think of insulin as a key, even cell as a locked door. Glucose waiting outside, insulin unlocks the door so glucose can enter. Inside the cell, glucose becomes energy. Without insulin, the glucose stays trapped in the bloodstream. Blood sugar rises. The real problem begins. Imagine someone knocks on your door once. You answer, no problem. Now imagine someone knocks every 5 minutes, every day and every week. Eventually, you stop answering. Cells behave similarly. When insulin is present constantly because of frequent eating, excess calories and chronic energy flares, many cells become less responsive to insulin. This is called insulin resistance. The pancreas responds by producing even more insulin. Now insulin levels stay elevated for long periods. This cycle can continue for years before blood sugar becomes abnormal. Why does insulin resistance happen? Scientists believe several biological processes work together. First, too much stored energy. When the liver and muscles are already full of stored glucose, extra calories are converted into fat. Some fat accumulates where it shouldn't, especially inside liver, pancreas. This is called ectopic fat. These organs no longer respond normally to insulin. 2. Chronic high insulin. Insulin is designed to rise after meals. It is not designed to stay high all day. Frequently eating excess calories, sugary drinks and highly processed food can contribute to persistently elevated insulin in susceptible people. Chronically high insulin encourages fat storage and may worsen insulin resistance over time. 3rd, inflammation. Excess visceral fat releases inflammatory molecules. This interferes with insulin signaling. The cells literally stop hearing insulin message efficiently. 4th, the liver stores glucose after meals. During fasting, it releases glucose. When insulin resistance develops, the liver becomes confused. Even when blood sugar is already high, the liver keeps releasing more glucose. This makes diabetes worse. 5th, the pancreas gets exhausted for years. The pancreas works overtime, producing more insulin. Eventually, the insulin producing beta cells may lose function. Insulin production begins to fall. Now, blood sugar rises dramatically. This is when many people are diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. While sugar alone isn't the cause, people often blame sugar itself. But consider this. Your body converts all digestible carbohydrates into glucose. Rice becomes glucose, bread becomes glucose, potatoes become glucose, fruit becomes glucose, sugar becomes glucose and fructose. So the issue isn't a single food, it's the overall metabolic environment. Chronic calorie surplus, excess body fat, especially around organs, low physical activity, poor sleep, stress, genetics, aging, diet quality, these factors together influence insulin sensitivity. Why some people eat sugar and never get diabetes? Genetic matters. Muscle mass matters. Physical activity matters. Sleep matters. Body fat distribution matters. Age matters. Gut health may also play a role. Two people can eat the same dessert. One develops diabetes, the other doesn't. Because biology is different. What happens inside the body during diabetes? The timeline often looks like this. Healthy cells, frequent energy surplus, then higher insulin, then insulin resistance, then higher insulin production, then fat accumulation in liver and pancreas, then beta cell stress, reduced insulin production, then high blood sugar, and at last you fall into type 2 diabetes. Can the body heal? The existing answer is oftenly yes, especially early in type 2 diabetes. Not because of a miracle, because biology can adapt. Step 1. Reduce excess fat around organs. Research has shown that losing a substantial amount of weight can reduce fat stores in the liver and pancreas. As these organs recover, insulin sensitivity often improves. Some people achieve remission, meaning blood sugar returns to the non-diabetic range without diabetes medication for an extended period. Step 2. Improve insulin sensitivity. Exercise makes muscles absorb glucose more effectively. This happens even without large amount of insulin. Strength training increases muscle mass. More muscle mass means more space to store glucose. Walking after meals also helps reduce post-meal blood sugar spike. Step 3. Improve food quality. Focus on foods that support overall metabolic health like vegetables, legumes, whole grains, nuts, seeds, lean protein, fish, healthy fats, minimally processed foods. These foods generally improve satiety and support better blood sugar control. Step 4. Better sleep. Poor sleep actually increases insulin resistance. Even a few nights of sleep deprivation can make the body respond less effectively to insulin. Aim for consistent, sufficient sleep. Step 5. Stress management. Chronic stress raises hormones such as cortisol. Higher cortisol can increase blood sugar and worsen insulin resistance. Stress reduction is part of diabetes management. Step 6. Physical activity. Exercise is one of the most powerful ways to improve insulin sensitivity. A combination of aerobic activity and resistance training is generally recommended. Consistency matters more than intensity. Is diabetes permanently curable? This depends on the type. Type 1 diabetes, no current cure. People require insulin because the immune system has destroyed insulin. So final takeaway, diabetes is not simply a disease of eating sugar, it is a disorder of metabolism. The body gradually loses its ability to respond effectively to insulin, and in type 2 diabetes, the pancreas may eventually struggle to keep up with demand. The most effective approach is to treat the underlying metabolic dysfunction, not just the blood sugar number. Thank you.